Ahmad will be behind most of the players. He's not like in front to clap, to appreciate the fans, especially after a loss. He's always behind there, like he's being forced. I've seen also last season when Amorim did that final speech. We're gonna write him down. We're gonna do videos about him, praising him that he stuck by his system. So hopefully it works for him. Hopefully we just pray it works for him, so that it will be a nice, fantastic documentary that someone who was stubborn against all those things were happening at Manchester United. But unfortunately, everything is scrutinized at Manchester. Everything what a coach does is scrutinized. I remember Ten Hag punishing these guys. But what did the media and the ex-players say about these players? Now, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a weekly video about Manchester United. Today, we're going to talk about a lot of things. As you can see on my graphic there, I'm going to talk of all trending topics, everything which has to do with Manchester in one video. Just give me a bit of a time. I'm going to start something which is not about Manchester, about Moussa Dembele. Yes, Moussa Dembele is the best footballer according to Ballon d'Or. He was crowned #1. And Lamine Yamal was #2. So congratulations to him. Even us as Manchester United, we've got something to smile about. Scott McTominay was #18. I've seen a lot of people are complaining. A lot of people are shouting, someone has become a Ballon d'Or, but he was let go by Manchester United. Bad business. Sometimes it's not working at a place of work. You need to move on. Even it applies to the footballers. If it's not working, you need to move on. There's always greener pastures out there. There's always a second chance out there. As you can see, Moussa Dembele was regarded a reject by Barcelona. But what happened? He went to PSG. He redeemed himself. Now he's a Ballon d'Or winner. Same with Scott McTominay. He was regarded not useful. He went to Napoli. He won the Serie A title. Now he's #18 on the Ballon d'Or. There's nothing wrong. If you see that something is not working, you can just move on. There's always greener pastures out there. Then I want to talk about Rashford. The first topic, Rashford. Rashford had a good week in Barcelona. They played with Newcastle. He had 2 fantastic goals. He was also voted the man of the match. 2 fantastic goals. He was voted the man of the match. Then the usual Rashford came back. On the match where they played on the weekend, Rashford was not in the starting 11 just because he came late to training. Imagine, from being man of the match in the Champions League, then you come late to training. Those things were happening at Manchester United. But unfortunately, everything is scrutinized at Manchester. Everything what a coach does is scrutinized. I remember Ten Hag punishing these guys. But what did the media and the ex-players say about these players? Now it's being done by Hansi Flick. It's now seen as a very good thing. The best thing which has happened since sliced bread, because it's done by Hansi Flick. The only difference is that Hansi Flick wins. So if you do your decisions and you are winning, no one will question you. any decision you take and you are winning, no one will question you. That's what happened. And we saw it, Rashford came in and he did an assist. It's been a fantastic week for him. He's doing well. Hopefully, Barcelona will be able to sign him on a permanent. So far, it's going on well. There was a story about SirJim. SirJim flying to Carrington to understand what's happening. But what we know, SirJim is hands-on. There's no way he doesn't understand what's happening. It was just a PR stance to show that SirJim is concerned about the team. There's no way he can fly in to understand what's happening when during the match of Manchester United versus Man City, you are seen there. So why do you need to go somewhere, then come back and ask? Don't you think he asked that day after the match that what's happening? And it's there for everyone to see. SirJim, they say, is a long-time Manchester United, lifetime Manchester United fan. So I'm sure he understands what's happening. But some of these things which we're told is just PR stance. Me, I'm on his side. I can see what they're trying to do. But they take that patient approach, which in years to come, we're going to start to see success. Talk of Amorim. Amorim, people complained about his system. I'm also one of the people who did a video talking about his system, saying it doesn't suit these players which we've got. Guess what happened? He did the same. Same system, same lineup against, Chelsea. Same system. People are complaining about Mainoo. You didn't put him. People are complaining, Bruno, why is he playing on the defensive part? He just did the same. It was only Casemiro in for Ugarte. So he's sticking by his system. He's saying he would rather die by his own sword. He would rather die by his principles. He's sticking to his system. If it works, we're going to write him down. We're going to do videos about him, praising him that he stuck by his system. So hopefully it works for him. Hopefully we just pray it works for him so that it will be a nice, fantastic documentary that someone who was stubborn against all odds. You heard him on the press conference saying not even the Pope himself can make him change the system. The Chelsea game came 2-1. We won. Bruno, fantastic goal. Casemiro, fantastic goal. Courtesy of Luke Shaw assist. Nice match. Although it finished with a bit of nerves because Casemiro got a red card. Some are saying, even people I was watching the match with, the moment Casemiro got a yellow card, there was no problem. Ruben Amorim was just supposed to substitute him. Even first half, there was no problem. He was just supposed to substitute him. I guess he was waiting for the half time. But you know Casemiro, sliding, he's always sliding, doing fun. Because now pace is a bit slower. So he covers his weakness in pace by tackling the players. But eventually, we won the match. We saw the players playing for the coach. They are saying players are complaining, senior players are complaining about Amorim and stuff. Don't buy all that story. You can see that the players are playing for the coach. Then we talk about Ahmad. Ahmad is failing to read the room. I like the guy. Very explosive. But there's something which I want to talk about Ahmad. I noticed some things. When the team is going around clapping, he's always behind. Most of the time he doesn't clap. Those are the clips where at least shown. Ahmad will be behind most of the players. He's not like in front to clap, to appreciate the fans, especially after a loss. He's always behind there, like he's being forced. I've seen also last season when Amorim did that final speech which he did at Old Trafford. Ahmad was not clapping. I don't know what was the problem. He was just holding his waist. But the rest were clapping every time Amorim says something, but Ahmad was just holding his waist. We saw that thing which happened when they went to that post-season tour in Malaysia. You saw when he lifted the middle finger to the fence. There's an issue about attitude-wise. Hopefully, this recent found fame won't get to him. I like the guy, because now everyone is criticizing Garnacho for why did he abandon Manchester United? Why he didn't stay to fight? Why did Garnacho do what he did? But what did Ahmad do? He put an Instagram post with a photo of him and Garnacho. That's not reading the room. At least try to understand what is the mood around the fans. Is it okay to do this? People were singing about Garnacho, what. Then you, the first thing you do is to put an Instagram post with a picture of you and Garnacho. I think it was a bad move. But it's not a right for people to insult Ahmad. He removed all his Instagram posts. No post available because of maybe insults, people saying all sort of things. Let the guy breathe. We need all our players' confidence. We need all our players happy. We saw also Garnacho on the Chelsea game. You can see that he's got a bit of regret. He's regretting. You can see the way he was looking. His emotions got over him to seek for a move away from Manchester United. He's saying he works hard, he can't even get time. Now what's happening at Chelsea? He can't even get minutes. Proving to people what we always tell you, that some of these players are not as good as you think they are. They are not as good as you think they are. The log standing, everyone media, ex-players shouting Amorim out. But as we stand, we're 3 points behind number 2. The second team has got 10 points. Manchester United has got 7 points. And on Saturday, our match will be one of the first matches. If we win against Brentford, we've got a chance of going to number 2 or number 3, depending with the goal difference. So, after 6 matches, you are around the top 5. And people still complaining Amorim out. After having a tough group of fixtures in our first 5 games, we've played Arsenal, we've played Chelsea, we've played Man City, but still we are equal points with Man City. Let's just appreciate a bit. Let's just stop this endless criticism. These fixtures, it's just an unlucky fixtures. Then there was this story about Roy Keane and Luke Shaw. Roy Keane is always, they criticize the players too much. He criticized Luke Shaw, and Luke Shaw also had to reply Roy Keane. You could see that he's not happy. He had to reply. Say, yeah, we know Roy Keane is a legend, we understand what, but sometimes it's too much. It gives us pressure. And he's not the first player to reply about ex-players. First, it's Luke Shaw replying to Roy Keane. Now, Eriksson, after his match, he also said something about the ex-players giving Manchester United too much pressure. I was listening to this Paul Scholes podcast, asking about these top 5 midfielders. Even the one who was hosting the podcast, Paddy, is shocked that you don't put Bruno in the top 5 of Premier League best midfielders. Even if you don't like the guy, but sometimes as an ex-player, you need to also to pretend so that our current players, they see that they are being appreciated. To see Nicky Butt and Podcast, both of them refusing that, no, we don't rate Bruno. And Postcos is always talking about the brain of these players. I don't know what you want to achieve when always saying that he likes players with a brain. In other words, saying these players, they don't have a football brain. Then Cunha and Mount. positive news for Manchester United. We saw Cunha getting some minutes. We saw Mount getting some minutes. It's actually a good thing. Getting those two back, we need them in this crucial time. I don't know with the lineup what's going to happen, but I would love to see a game whereby we see our new signings starting. Cunha, Sesko, and Mbeumo. Let's see what happens. And also, I would love to see the keeper starting. I don't know what's happening with the keeper. It's something we need to talk. We need to make it like a separate video. What's happening with the goalkeeper? Is he not fit enough? Is he not good enough? Why is our goalkeeper not playing? Ate seems a good guy, but he hardly makes any save. Then I'm going to talk about Zirkzee and Mainoo. Last season when it finished, everyone was singing praises about Joshua Zirkzee. We're singing praises about him. But now he can hardly get minutes. What are we going to do about Joshua Zirkzee? Is he going to stick around also not getting minutes? That's the problem if you don't have many matches. Eventually, you have a lot of players who are not happy. You have a lot of players who are not happy to be sitting on the bench. They end up asking for loan moves or even transfers. Where do you put Joshua Zirkzee when everyone is fit? It's a difficult one. It's the same with Mainoo. Everyone fit. Where do you put Mainoo in the team? Who do you leave out? Do you leave Casemiro? Do you leave Bruno? Do you leave Mount? Do you leave Cunha, Mbeumo, Sesko, Ahmad? It's difficult, but it's a positive problem. Competition. The more you have competition, no one relaxes. Everyone works hard, because if you don't work hard, you'll be seen, and next time you're not playing. So it's a good problem to have. But hopefully these players will understand that it's just a season. We need to go back into Europe. If we go back into Europe, our chances of playing more matches next season are very high. The log standing, I talked about it. Then I'm going to talk about Andre Onana. Andre Onana, in his second match in Turkey, he had an assist. Everyone again is jumping around. If you could see last season, even the season before, Onana had a couple of chances of getting assist, but he was very unfortunate that we don't have the suitable attacking players. You don't have the suitable attacking players who are able to put the ball in the net. Remember, with the likes of Garnacho, Rasmus, etc. So now, Onana did what he always does, those long balls, and he made an assist. Good for him. Hopefully also that loan move works out. Aiden Heaven, another fantastic guy, which I believe should get some minutes. The only problem, our defense is tough. It's tough to crack that defense. But I believe also Aiden Heaven need to get some minutes. He celebrated his 19th birthday. He's actually a young lad, but he looks big. He's someone to look out for in future. Imagine a defense 3 of Euro, Aiden, and delete in future to be actually a good defense in 2 or 3 years. Then we talked about Ericsson, we talked about him. Scott McTominay, we talked about him. Then the last part is about Mbeumo and Cunha. It's an upgrade. We saw Rashford is doing well in Barcelona. We saw what he was doing at Manchester. Garnacho, I don't know. We haven't seen what he's doing at Chelsea. Same as Sancho. Anthony, since his permanent move, we haven't seen a lot. So it means some of these guys, they work hard before they are signed permanent. People are complaining, why did you let Rashford go? They're showing clips of Rashford and whatever. The problem is not who do you let go. Problem starts with you are replacing that player with who? If you replace that player with a lesser person or lesser talented, then you have a problem. So you can't sit here and complain that why did we get rid of Rashford and Garnacho and replace them with Cunha and Mbeumo? If you take 2 and 2, which one are you going to choose? If you're not thinking about nationality, whatever, you're from which country, things like that, just in terms of statistics, talent, you've got Cunha and Mbeumo this side, and this side you've got Rashford and Garnacho. They say, take a pair. Which are you taking? I can bet you everyone will take Cunha and Mbeumo. So there's no need to complain. Barcelona have let Dembele go. Pep Guardiola have let a lot of players go. We've done well where they are. It happens in football. Sometimes it doesn't work this side, but it can work on the other side. So there's no need to complain a lot. Hey, Rashford this, Rashford what. Let's just support the team. Let's support every decision, but we are not supposed to support blindly. Any decision, let's just go for the team. There is potential of finishing high, and we should know also that this Premier League is a difficult league. It's a difficult league for everyone. It's not a given right that every match Manchester United is supposed to win. We should expect defeats, draw matches. You see, even the teams which came from relegation, the likes of Sunderland and Leeds, how they are winning. So it's not a given right that we're supposed to win every match. If we win, we're thankful. If we lose, tough luck. Let's wait for the next match. As I told you, I'll be doing one big video a week. Then I just send snippets of things which I thought are of value in this video during the week. That's how I'm doing it for now. Because I've seen I'm not getting views, I'm not getting subscribers, so let me just cool down a bit. Maybe when the team starts to do well, eventually my views also and my subscribers will start to grow. This is your United Uncle. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to share. Thank you.